It's the FA Cup final today, and as much as I would like to wear a ceremonial shirt and tie, unfortunately, I burned them all the day I left work a couple of months ago. So you're just going to have to make do with me in like a, what have we got here? This is a Iron Man and Captain America t-shirt. So just imagine it's a shirt and tie. We'll be fine. Hello and welcome to part 22 of Gunning for Glory. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, it's the FA Cup final against Newcastle, and we've got a chance to secure a domestic double for the first time since whenever they last. When did they last win the double? 2004. Did they win the FA Cup that year? Is the FA Cup on here? Have they ever won the FA Cup? I thought that's all Arsenal ever won. Wow, there it is. 2004. No. Since 2002. So first domestic double in 16 years if we can pull this off today. So fingers crossed, that's exactly what we're going to do. And this is the team that we're going to put out there to try and do it. We've got ter Stegen in goal, Kolasinac, Christensen, Tart and Bellerin at the back, Diawara and Sanchez in midfield with Iwobi, Ozil and Lamar behind Kelechi and Iheanacho up front. Looking at that team, I've only been at Arsenal 2 years. There's not many originals left, is there? There's Bellerin and Kolasinac, Iwobi and Ozil. We're actively trying to sell Ozil to bring Asensio into the team there. Iwobi will be around for a long time, as will Bellerin, but Kolasinac is only a short-term solution. We've completely rebuilt Arsenal in 2 years. Awesome. Let's go try win the FA Cup. Then we'll have a little bit of a review of our first good season since we've been here at Arsenal, and have a look to see who player of the season and all that kind of stuff is, and think of plans for coming up in the summer. Who we're going to try and buy, who we're going to try and move on. There's already been interest from Paris Saint-Germain for Hector Bellerin. So we've given him a new contract, a £220,000 a week, 5-year contract, to just try and scare them away. We've won a penalty after 2 minutes. Ozil's stepping up to take it. This is hopefully going to be his final game for the club. He's 29 years old now. He is under contract, unlike what he would be at this point in real life. We did get him to sign a new contract, but all the same, I want to move him on and cash in while we still can. I think we got £70 million for Alexis Sanchez last summer. I want a similar sort of amount for Ozil this time around to start moving us towards that transfer net profit that we're trying to achieve over the course of this save. 1-0 up after 3 minutes is positive. But yeah, Bellerin, we put him on a massive contract, and then I realised he's actually only a 3-star current ability player with 3-star potential ability. He's not a £220,000 a week player. So I'm actually thinking if we can get a decent enough offer from Paris Saint-Germain for him, and I'm talking like 60-70 million pounds again, that's what I mean by a decent offer, then he might be one that we move on as well. Although we don't have anything like a backup right back, not an equivalent right back. We've got Mustafi and Callum Chambers, who are both centre-backs who can play at right back. They're not offering the same kind of attacking threat and pace that we get out of Hector Bellerin. So I don't know, we perhaps need to go and find a right back, but there's slim pickings out there for right backs younger than 21 who could come straight into our first team. It's not like wingers where there's gazillions of them and we could buy another 4 this summer and still be fine. Danny Ings plays for Newcastle now and it's just equalised. That wasn't part of the script. There's not supposed to be equalisers. We were supposed to go 1-0 up early on, then 2-0 up, still quite early on, and then sort of go from there. You can probably picture the plan I had in mind. And it's not really turning out that way. Alex Iwobi having his worst game for about 6 months, which is a worry. Has he got stage fright? Does he not like a big game? He must like. He obviously doesn't mind big games because he was exceptional against Man United at Old Trafford in the last episode, and that's the game that won us the Premier League. So it's not that he doesn't like big games. He's obviously just having an off day. Lamar in behind crosses. Was that Iheanacho or Ozil? It's Ozil. He's second of the game, 24 for the season. Mesut Ozil's going to finish as our top scorer in what will probably be his final season at the club. And Iheanacho, I mean, how has he not scored that? He's quicker than Ozil. He looked like he was going to get there first, but somehow missed completely, and Ozil tucked it away. I mean, it doesn't really matter who scored it. I just don't really understand how our expensive striker missed and our old man midfielder managed to score. It's weird. Perhaps he just let the senior player have it as a mark of respect. Perhaps we're trying to get Ozil a hat-trick in his final game for the club. That's what it's all about. A hat-trick and another medal. I mean, if we win the double, he might choose to stay, which is a bit of a problem because we want him to go. Ings has just missed an absolute sitter. Newcastle have actually had more clear-cut chances than we've had. There's a mugging in progress here. And an FA Cup final mugging is one of the worst kind of muggings that there is. Bellerin proving he's worth every pound of £220,000 a week with that tackle, but then he misses that and we do equalise. And another clear-cut chance presumably for Newcastle. Actually, no, that one's not. That's just a good finish from Danny Ings, who's having a very good game for Newcastle. You might remember Danny Ings from a few years ago when he used to play football. He scored quite a few goals, and then he went to Liverpool, which was effectively his retirement, because he doesn't seem to ever get anywhere near the team. Right, we'll take Iwobi off and bring on Danny Welbeck. Why haven't we got Lacazette on the bench either? This stupid not enough substitutes nonsense in the FA Cup, I don't care for it. We're going to have to stick Asensio out wide on the left, which is just silly. We'll leave it there for now. Extra time might be in our future as well. I've not played Asensio out wide for a long, long time. I mean, he might go out there and have an absolute blinder, and I wonder why I don't play him there more often. Diawara's not having the best of games either, so Ramsey can come on for him. And we just need someone to go out and grab us a winner. We've been so dominant and so effective in the Premier League this year, and now it looks like we're going to bottle the FA Cup against a mid-table team. I don't like it. I don't understand why it's happening. Extra time in the FA Cup final. Just silly. All these players are already at the World Cup. It's a World Cup summer. About 20 of our squad have been called up into World Cup squads, including Gabriel Barbosa's going to the World Cup with Brazil, despite playing only about 2 games for us. Presumably on the incredible form he was in for Porto. It would be silly not to take him based on how well he's done since he's been on loan there. But it still amuses me a little bit that a player who can't even get onto our bench this season is going to the World Cup with Brazil. I think that's awesome. But we've got just Danny Welbeck as a representative in the England squad. We've got 4 players called up for Nigeria. Oh, and there is Welbeck, proving why he's going to be England's top striker at the World Cup this summer. What other striker? I mean, that might actually be true. What other strikers do England have? Harry Kane, I guess, would be the... I forgot about him. He's quite good, isn't he? Should we try and sign him? That'd go down well with the Tottenham fans. Welbeck's doing the chicken dance to celebrate. An FA Cup final chicken dance from Danny Welbeck, and that really hurt my poorly shoulder. I don't know if I've mentioned on this channel or not. Pinched nerve in the shoulder. Oh, it hurts when I do that. No chicken dances for Kev, even if we go on to win this FA Cup final, which it's looking like we might do. Let's just knock the ball around for the last few minutes. It would be nice for Ozil to get his hat-trick, but I'm more interested in a medal. Cross comes in, Lamar can't quite get there, and Newcastle, I think, are tiring. As the game's gone on, we've started to assert ourselves a little bit more. We're now level for clear-cut chances. Dwight Gale with a miss. He knows where his loyalties lie. He's loyal to Kev and didn't want to rob me of an FA Cup final win. Kolasinac, again, can't make it through to Lamar. Asensio now has just scored an absolute fluke of a goal. It's gone down as an own goal, in fact. We'll have a look in 3D to see what actually happened. Asensio's just picked the ball up out wide. I think he was trying a cross rather than a shot, but it's a terrible cross. The keeper's not expecting it. I mean, that's just so poor. But that has just won us the FA Cup, and that goalkeeper is never going to live it down. I think he might have to leave Newcastle now, because he's forever going to be remembered for that FA Cup final mistake that handed us a double on a plate. And there we go. Arsenal do the double. Hurrah! Right. Let's have we got all the end of season awards and stuff to have a look through? Does that come through now? Ozil did well. Yeah, well done, young man. Now go sign for Barcelona, please. That's just a review of the FA Cup. I'll find the end of season awards and then we'll have a look through those. Here we go then, awards time, and this is the overall best 11. So Czech still in goal. Other than that, it's pretty much the team from this season. Christensen in midfield, which is a bit of a weird one. Diawara presumably on the bench. Yeah, there he is. So it's and Alexis Sanchez is still in the team. So let's see how he got on at Barcelona this year. I mean, that's an acceptable season. He did all right. Okay, we'll allow that. In fact, he had a good season. Why did they sell him? If that's how he was the year before he left, it's not like he wasn't getting in the team. It's not like he wasn't scoring goals. Why did they sell him and sell him so cheaply to Arsenal in the first place? What a weird decision. End of season awards. Lauren Koscielny gets fans player of the season. He played 20 games. Did they not notice any of the other really good players that we've got? I mean, he wouldn't have even been in my team of the season, let alone be my player of the season. I think that's just a loyalty vote. He's definitely someone we're looking to move on this summer if we can get any kind of money for him. I mean, anything above sort of 5 million, we're moving him on this year. That's a weird one. So Christensen, oh no, he doesn't miss out on team of the season. He's in midfield. Renato Sanchez, not in our team of the season. I don't understand. And then Ian the front four looks about right. So Ozil was second, Bellerin third. Asensio gets goal of the season. Let's have a look at our goal of the season then from Asensio. See what it was like. Not in the team of the year, but this is what he's capable of when he puts his mind to it. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of this next season. Oh, it's a free kick. How can you have a free kick as goal of the... Okay, it's a good free kick, and he's really patting the back of his head afterwards, but still, free kicks can't be goal of the season. Iheanacho gets signing of the season. Bellerin, young player of the season. I can get on board with all that. End of season team meeting we'll worry about another time. Do we not get to see... Is there nothing else on the end of year awards? I thought there was more than that. Maybe there isn't. Let's have a little look through the squad to see how they all did. So if we sort by goals, first of all, lots and lots of goals in our attacking players this year. So Ozil was 24, Welbeck 20, Iheanacho 19, Lacazette 14, and then of course Barbosa away on loan at Porto scoring goals for fun, and Lamar and Iwobi. And even Asensio weighing in with a decent number of goals as well. Assists, obviously it was going to be Ozil, Lamar a little bit behind him. And then the usual suspects down there as well. And then by average rating, Koscielny's only fourth. I don't know how he got player of the season. It was clearly the season of Mesut Ozil. Look at that as a season. 35 appearances, 13 goals, 10 assists, 4 man of the match and a 7.31 average rating. He's really the player of the season and we all know it. Tar doing very well as well, as was Bellerin. Surprising that some of the more attacking players are so low down. Thomas Lamar, not really the same impact this year that he had last year. Gone off the boil slightly. I think we need to move him into his preferred position for next season. Renato Sanchez, I thought he had a better season than that. He certainly contributes to games far better than that suggests. Same with the likes of Iwobi and Diawara. These are players who I was picking without even thinking about it week in, week out. And they're not even in the top half of our average ratings, which is odd. I'm sure we'll be fine. So, transfer plans for the summer. I think we've got a couple of transfers already lined up. So we've got Greg Hilson comes in from Derby. He's a 16-year-old winger. Realistically, with a couple of seasons left to go on the save, we'll probably never even see him play, but we're setting things up for the future. Similar story with Torsten Kessel. He's a right winger who comes in from... I mean, I'm not going to try and say that. Admira Waka Modelling. We might see him play as an 18-year-old. And what? Oh, I thought there was a transfer range for Ozil. There's not. There's just a silly offer. I mean, £38 million. Not even close. We need a bigger offer than that. And then we will look to move him on and just get Barbosa back into the squad as his replacement. And I think that's a pretty good deal. Let me know down in the comments what transfer business you'd do over the summer. Who would you be looking to move on? What sort of replacements would you be looking to bring into the first team, if any? And if not, which youngsters do we need to push on and give more game time to next year? I genuinely need your help. We need to win the Champions League in 2 years, and we were pathetic against Real Madrid this year. We need to build a proper team. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.